Writing. When people think about military aircraft, they often picture sleek fighters screaming across the sky at supersonic speed or massive bombers carrying devastating payloads. But some of the most important aircraft ever built carried no bombs at all and rarely received the same level of public attention. One of those aircraft was the EF-111 Raven, an electronic warfare platform that quietly became one of the most valuable assets in the United States Air Force. Known affectionately by its crews as the Spark Vark, the EF-111 Raven was designed to fight a very different kind of battle. Instead of firing missiles or dropping bombs, it attacked enemy radar systems with powerful electronic signals, blinding defenses and creating safe corridors for friendly aircraft. During the tense years of the Cold War and the conflicts that followed, the Raven became a silent guardian in the sky, protecting pilots who often never saw the aircraft that was helping them survive. The story of the EF-111 Raven begins with the legendary F-111 Aardvark, a groundbreaking aircraft that introduced several technologies that would influence future military aviation. The F-111 featured variable sweep wings, terrain-following radar, and high-speed, low-level penetration capabilities that allowed it to fly deep into hostile territory. While the F-111 proved capable as a strike aircraft, military planners recognized that future conflicts would require advanced electronic warfare capabilities to defeat increasingly sophisticated air defense systems. Enemy radar networks were becoming more powerful and more interconnected, creating dangerous barriers for attacking aircraft. To overcome this challenge, the United States Air Force sought an aircraft capable of disrupting enemy radar and communications systems while operating alongside combat formations. The solution was to transform the F-111 into a dedicated electronic warfare platform. The aircraft's spacious fuselage, powerful engines, and long range made it an ideal candidate for carrying sophisticated electronic equipment. Engineers modified the airframe extensively, removing weapons systems and replacing them with advanced jamming technology. The result was the EF-111 Raven, a machine designed not to destroy targets directly but to make enemy defenses ineffective. This mission required a completely different approach to combat. Rather than relying on speed and firepower alone, the Raven depended on advanced electronics, specialized tactics, and highly trained crews capable of managing complex systems under intense pressure. One of the most distinctive features of the EF-111 Raven was its electronic warfare suite. Packed with sensitive receivers, transmitters, processors, and antennas, the aircraft could detect radar emissions across a wide spectrum of frequencies. Once enemy radar signals were identified, the Raven could respond with powerful jamming signals designed to confuse, overwhelm, or deceive those systems. Enemy radar operators might see false targets, lose track of real aircraft, or experience complete disruption of their tracking capabilities. In many cases, the presence of a Raven could significantly reduce the effectiveness of enemy air defenses, allowing strike aircraft to approach their targets with a greater chance of survival. The crew of the EF-111 consisted of two highly skilled individuals. In the front cockpit sat the pilot, responsible for flying the aircraft, navigating hostile environments, and maintaining formation with friendly forces. Behind the pilot sat the electronic warfare officer, whose job was to manage the aircraft's sophisticated jamming systems. This partnership was essential. The pilot had to position the aircraft in locations that maximized electronic effectiveness, while avoiding threats, while the electronic warfare officer monitored enemy emissions and directed jamming operations. Communication and coordination between the two crew members were critical, especially during combat missions where seconds could mean the difference between success and failure. Flying the EF-111 demanded exceptional skill. Although derived from the F-111 strike aircraft, the Raven retained the same high-performance characteristics. Its variable sweep wings allowed it to optimize performance across a wide range of speeds and mission profiles. During takeoff and landing, the wings could extend outward to provide greater lift. At high speed, the wings swept backward to reduce drag and improve aerodynamic efficiency. Combined with powerful engines, this design enabled the aircraft to achieve remarkable speed while carrying heavy electronic equipment. The Raven could travel quickly to operational areas, support strike packages, and return safely after completing its mission. The Cold War provided the strategic environment that shaped the Raven's development and deployment. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, military planners expected that any major conflict with the Soviet Union would involve dense networks of radar-guided air defense systems. Surface-to-air missiles, interceptor aircraft, and sophisticated command and control networks posed enormous challenges to NATO air forces. Electronic warfare was viewed as an essential component of any successful air campaign. The EF-111 was therefore developed not as a luxury but as a necessity. It represented a critical capability that could help ensure air superiority in the face of formidable opposition. As crews trained with the new aircraft, they developed tactics specifically tailored to electronic warfare missions. Unlike fighters that engaged enemy aircraft directly, Ravens often operated near the edges of threat zones, positioning themselves to maximize jamming coverage. They worked closely with strike aircraft, bombers, reconnaissance platforms, and airborne command centers. Every mission required detailed planning, careful coordination, and constant adaptation to changing conditions. Enemy radar systems varied widely in capability and operating procedures, meaning that crews had to remain flexible and prepared for unexpected developments. The EF-111 received its first major combat test during Operation El Dorado Canyon in 1986. This operation involved American airstrikes against targets in Libya. The mission required aircraft to travel long distances and penetrate defended airspace. Ravens played a crucial role by suppressing enemy radar systems and helping protect the strike force. Their performance demonstrated the value of electronic warfare and validated years of development and training. Although much of their work remained invisible to the public, military planners recognized that the aircraft had made a significant contribution to mission success. The years that followed brought additional opportunities for the Raven to prove its worth. In 1989, during Operation Just Cause in Panama, electronic warfare assets supported American military operations. While Panama did not possess the same level of air defense sophistication found in larger military powers, the deployment highlighted the flexibility of the EF-111 and its ability to contribute to a variety of operational scenarios. Every mission provided valuable experience and reinforced the importance of maintaining strong electronic warfare capabilities. Perhaps the most famous chapter in the EF-111's history occurred during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. When coalition forces launched a massive campaign to liberate Kuwait from Iraqi occupation, air superiority became a top priority. Iraq possessed one of the most extensive air defense networks in the region, including radar-guided missiles, anti-aircraft artillery, and interceptor aircraft. Neutralizing these defenses was essential to the success of the coalition air campaign. The EF-111 Raven became one of the key tools in achieving that objective. During Desert Storm, Ravens flew numerous missions alongside strike aircraft, bombers, and other support platforms. Their jamming systems disrupted Iraqi radar operations and reduced the effectiveness of enemy defenses. Coalition pilots frequently benefited from electronic protection provided by the Raven, even if they never saw the aircraft during the mission. By degrading Iraqi situational awareness and complicating enemy targeting efforts, the EF-111 helped create safer conditions for friendly forces operating deep inside hostile territory. One of the most intriguing stories from Desert Storm involved an encounter with an Iraqi Mirage F-1 fighter. During a nighttime engagement, an EF-111 crew performed evasive maneuvers while being pursued. The Iraqi aircraft subsequently crashed while attempting to maintain contact. Although the Raven carried no air-to-air weapons, the incident became famous because it represented an unusual combat achievement for an aircraft designed solely for electronic warfare. The story further enhanced the Raven's reputation and demonstrated the unpredictable nature of aerial combat. The success of Desert Storm highlighted the growing importance of electronic warfare in modern military operations. As precision-guided weapons, advanced sensors, and integrated command networks became more common, controlling the electromagnetic spectrum emerged as a critical factor in battlefield success. The EF-111 represented one of the most advanced tools available for this mission, and its contributions helped shape future doctrine regarding electronic attack and suppression of enemy air defenses. Life aboard the EF-111 could be demanding. Missions often involved long hours, complex planning, and significant stress. Crews needed to remain alert while monitoring multiple systems, interpreting electronic signals, and responding to changing threats. The electronic warfare officer, in particular, faced an immense workload. Identifying enemy emitters, selecting appropriate jamming techniques, and coordinating with other aircraft required both technical expertise and rapid decision-making. Meanwhile, pilots navigated at high speeds and low altitudes, often under challenging weather and combat conditions. Maintenance personnel also played an essential role in keeping the Raven operational. Electronic warfare aircraft rely on highly sophisticated systems that require constant attention. Technicians worked tirelessly to inspect equipment, diagnose problems, and ensure mission readiness. Their efforts often occurred behind the scenes, yet they were vital to the aircraft's success. Without reliable maintenance, even the most advanced technology becomes ineffective. As the 1990s progressed, technological advancements began changing the landscape of electronic warfare. New aircraft and systems emerged, offering greater capabilities and improved efficiency. The United States Navy's EA-6B Prowler provided significant electronic attack capabilities, while future programs promised even more